Welcome, one and all, to issue 238 of Critical Encounters, a podcast about Marvel Champions, a living card game by Fantasy Flight Games. Here we take a good look at that most critical piece of the game, the encounter sets. We'll discuss those poorly understood characters, unfairly labeled villains, and their various plans to shape humanity and benefit the planet, as well as those so-called heroes intent on thwarting them. Hi, I'm one of your hosts, Mike, and joining me this evening is Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Mike, that was expertly done, that intro.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good this week.
Good. I'm delighted you're here.
Also joining us, I missed that one. Also joining us is Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
I had a breakthrough recently.
Did you?
Yes, I realized I like playing Juggernaut.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Nobody cares what I think. They really want to know what Daniel thinks, so I'm not going to ask him. Mike, what's on your mind tonight?
Oh, me.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Oh, we've got a Patreon. Thank you. All right. Denny G. He wrote us a while back and caught up on all the shows in 2 months. Yeah, we get a lot of people that do this. I hope you're okay.
I say let Denis be an inspiration to you all.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I do remember this conversation because he had a wonderful question for us. He asked us about what a villain monologue card would look like, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, you can find that in
Issue 180. But we need a job for him. So I'm thinking we had a great discussion on monologue. We're going to make him the monologuer logger. See,
What does that even mean?
Mustafa's still talking, even though we're not recording. We need someone to transcribe all of his monologues, like all of them.
Oof.
This is a big job, and I know what you're thinking. There's too much for anyone to accomplish this in any lifetime. What help do I have? The answer is none. This is you. But through the science of time stuff, we can send you back so you can keep doing this for all eternity. So you have, my friend, a full-time job that maybe doesn't pay anything for eternity.
There's no maybes about it. It doesn't pay anything.
But the payment is Mustafa wisdom.
Mustafa wisdom.
You know? Like that, it's actually priceless, really.
Yeah. And I don't want to see any typos in that.
Oh, I thought it was by hand. He'd have to write it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With like quill and ink, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay.
Generations from now, people are going to be unearthing the
monologuer logger.
the archives that are Mustafa's thoughts. And they're going to wonder just what the hell we were doing with ourselves.
Yeah. Thanks, Denis.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
You might regret it, Denny, but we do appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Thanks to all our patrons. Everyone out there is giving stuff. If you are a patron and you haven't heard your name yet, we're working on it. We're getting there.
I mean, the backlog is what, 5,000-6,000 people? So.
Oh yeah, it's a whole army of minions. Yeah.
Before we go any further, Daniel, you look a little, I don't know, a little tense tonight.
I'm shaking, fellas.
Oh, you're nervous again.
You know why?
It's
every time.
It's one of those. It's one of those.
One of those. Not
so long.
I'm not so sure about this one, fellas.
The long anticipated.
You're among friends. Let's give it a listen.
I dream of me and you, it's true. We fight together every night. A fearsome sight, a partnership of creeping vines and rampant might. We're scheming together. Juggernaut plus Cassidy, we're the perfect potpourri of villainy. You build momentum while I'm making green. We're scheming together. And I can't see me boosting nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, no one can stop us, it's true. Just let them try. between running cons and doing time. We're gearing up to pull the perfect crime. You always know I got your back, and you got mine. We're scheming together. It's me and you and me. No matter how they stack the deck, it's meant to be. The only boost for me is you, and you for me. We're scheming together. And I can't see me boosting nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, no one can stop us, it's true. Just let them try. Just let them try. Cassidy was Juggernaut, ahead of steam and vines and SWAT. Their attempts to thwart are all for naught. We're scheming together. When heroes call, there's no holding back. We got the binds to snare the pack, and the avatar is Sidorak. We're scheming together. And I can't see me crushing on no one but you for all my life. And when you're with me, no one can stop us, it's true. Just let them try. Just let them try. Oh, let them try. Me and you and me. They can shuffle all they want, it has to be. The only boost for me is you, and you for me. We're scheming together. We're scheming together. Bromance forever. We're scheming together. Romance forever. We're scheming together. We're scheming together.
Oh, excellent. Oh,
All right, well, we're not here to listen to my stupid versions of great lyrics from you guys.
Yes, we
Hey, what
are.
are we really doing?
yes, we are.
No,
Every wave,
All
everybody
right.
anticipates it. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
nobody wanted this song.
Steve, I believe last week we were promised a story from you.
You said something about hopelessness or feign hope.
Hopelessness.
What did you say? Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes,
losing all hope.
The summer
yeah,
of
that's-
hope.
Causing you to lose.
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about the Hope Summers again. Okay, I know we talked all about Hope Summers in the On the Run scenario. We really talked about the Mutant Messiah storyline in On the Run, but we didn't really get into Hope Summers as an adult. So we will have a Hope Summers card in this scenario. It is in the required modular. So let's talk about Hope for a minute. I don't want to
Okay.
get into her whole story because she is a hero, and I don't want to talk too much about a hero card, but I thought, why don't we discuss at least her powers? Why is she so coveted? Like, why do all these groups want her control? Why is she the mutant messiah? All this sort of stuff. So let's talk about her power set. Her primary ability is power mimicry. So she has the ability to copy the powers of nearby mutants. Okay? It's a little different than like Rogue's ability. Rogue has to touch somebody and she'll drain their abilities and that sort of thing, and Rogue will harm the person. Hope does not harm the person. She doesn't have to touch them. She just has to be nearby. She won't harm them. She can just absorb their abilities, and she gains instant and full control over that power. Like, boom. Like, she's an old pro at it, and she'll just instantly know how to use them. And she will know how to use the powers possibly better than the person she took the powers from if they haven't actually fully mastered their powers. So if they're still figuring it out, she doesn't need to. She just gets it and has that ability at full maximum ability, which is pretty crazy. And there appears to be no limit to the number she can copy all at once, which also is a little bizarre. But it will like tax her the more she uses all at the same time. Those powers will fade over time and distance as she gets further and further away from the target. So, and on top of that, she's immune to having her power absorbed. So like Rogue can't steal Hope's power to steal other people's power. So there's not going to be any kind of weird feedback loop there. So right there, that makes Hope Summers pretty potent. But on top of that, she can help regulate other mutants' powers. So she can help them boost their powers to their full capacity. She can help a mutant keep like peak performance. If Iceman's trying to create an ice wall and it's being melted, she can boost him to keep him going so that he can make the ice wall maximum, that sort of deal. And then she can temporarily unlock their full potential, even if they haven't previously unlocked their full potential. But then she can do the opposite, and she can suppress powers and leave someone depowered.
Oh.
Yeah. She can also synergize with mutants and their abilities to help others using their powers like she does with the 5 on Krakoa. So she can make what she does there is she gets all 5 of them like in perfect harmony with one another as they're resurrecting mutants, so that every resurrection is perfect. I don't know. She's like chains them together in just the right way, so by amplifying and getting them all in perfect unison, which again makes her pretty strong. She can also detect other mutants, and she can use that to find other mutants, which she's done. Right? She can just sense mutants and then find them.
So she's a Cerebro.
Yes, which is an interesting fact because when she's born, Cerebro detects her, explodes, and then she is never detected again by technology.
So awesome.
Her mutant ability is like undetectable. Like other techs just can't find her anymore, other than her first birth. So, which is an odd thing. We're not sure if it's something Cable's done to her or if it's part of her ability or not. She grows up with Cable in the future. And then the last ability she has is she can, and this is why she was the mutant messiah, she can activate latent mutant power. So she can trigger the X gene in people. And at some point she bonds with the Phoenix Force, and she's able to activate mutants all over the globe. Right. So that's where she's able to like give everybody back their powers from M-Day. Yes.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Omega level, one of the most powerful mutants out there. Her only limitation is it only works with mutants, not on other superpowered beings, like what you would consider a mutate. She can't do it for Spider-Man or Captain America or Thor or the Hulk. Nothing like that. They have to be a mutant X gene kind of person. So that's Hope's powers and why she's so wanted by any mutant faction or anti-mutant faction. So
yeah, I mean, if she's bringing people back from the dead.
It's the 5 on Krakoa that are bringing the people back, but she's making sure that it's happening. Or maybe she's one of the 5, and then eventually she leaves, so there's only 4 left. Whatever. That's a whole storyline. But yeah, with her, she's able to sync everybody up so that they can do that. Yeah. So we do have this interesting little modular set that is required in Juggernaut. So we're going to want to talk about that, and we're going to look at Juggernaut's cards. You guys want to talk about Hope Summers?
That sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, but I don't want to dwell on her as a hero.
No, we're going to read through the cards because she's a required card, and she's that secondary loss condition, so we got to know about her. Okay. Take it away, Mike.
All right. This is Hope Summers, an ally with no cost. Asterisk thwart, asterisk attack, and this Messiah has 3 measly hit points.
Yeah.
And she is psionic, X-Force, and X-Men traded. Sneaky. So already you can use all those teamwork cards with her. I see what you're doing, FFG. Okay, she has setup text. The first player controls Hope Summers. Hope Summers does not count against your ally limit. The asterisk says Hope Summers' base thwart and base attack are equal to the thwart and attack of your hero. And then in big bold text, if Hope Summers leaves play, the players lose their game. And for some reason, she has the mental resource icon on her.
Well, we know what reason that is, right? After Juggernaut's helmet comes off, she'll do +1 damage to him because she has a mental resource. Yes.
Of course.
Yeah. So there's our secondary loss condition. If she dies, the players lose. So obviously we want to defeat her so that we can win.
Clearly. Pro tip, use her as the first defense against Juggernaut.
Yes, just throw her in the way. What Mike didn't comment is her thwart and attack have 0 consequential damage.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Boy, was I playing on hard mode.
Oh, were you taking damage?
Oh, yeah. I was playing not like a cheaty hero.
Mike, I'm pretty sure I did too. Oh, my goodness.
It's because I saw the star.
She's powerful. So her base stat is equal to your hero stat. So if your hero stat has been pumped up to a 3 and you slap down an X-Men upgrade on her, she's a base 3 and then could get +2 from the upgrade that you're giving me. So now she's a 5 without consequential damage. Yeah. She's
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And she does that +1 damage versus Juggernaut. And you're playing her in Juggernaut. Yeah, it's crazy.
Definitely, there's going to be so many people listening that thought you took consequential. Guarantee it.
I hope we could teach. Yeah, we could share our knowledge. We could share our knowledge.
Wow.
Which is the wrong kind of knowledge because it helps the
I
heroes.
was going to
But
say,
well.
yeah. Like, I think.
Yeah, well, we're not cheaty villains. They're cheaty heroes.
No, you're right.
No.
Okay, Daniel, why don't you show us how we can turn this story around?
All right. Captive Hope is the side scheme of this mod. All right. I know the deal. Hope grumbles to her captor. This isn't my first time being captured, Hope Summers cannot ready. When revealed, exhaust Hope Summers. Comes with an acceleration icon, has 3 threat per player and 3 boost icons. Okay.
That is a fascinating card. It's a lot of
Absolutely.
threat. It's not the worst card to have in play for the heroes. And then it's a 3 boost icon. I think you just leave this in play. Now that we know that she can't take consequential damage, we'll just leave this in play the whole time.
Mike is absolutely right. Leave this out, heroes.
It's only an acceleration icon. In Juggernaut, now you're fine.
You don't even lose if he threats out. So who cares?
Just leave it. Leave it.
Yeah. So this is a modular encounter set that you can put into any scenario.
That's kind of cool.
It doesn't count. Yeah. And Effigy says, and this is found in the rulebook, right? But it doesn't count against the number of total modular sets required to play a scenario. So Daniel, this is the official FFG saying this is your +1 modular set.
Well, okay. Yes.
Yes. It also then says she's not a basic card. She can't be included in players' decks. And this set is mostly beneficial to the players and will make scenarios easier to win.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a little bump in the hero's favor, drop in this 2-card modular set. You put her into play and you throw in the side scheme. So, which is interesting that they do it.
Yeah, throw this into whenever you decide to play expert. It's okay. Expert's hard enough.
Well, I have a question. Or
Sure.
rather,
Okay.
someone else has a question, and I'm just going to read it.
Okay.
Good. Perfect.
This is about Hope Summers' constant text that makes the players lose.
Okay.
What happens if she is defeated while... Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
What happens if she's defeated while that text is blanked, such as by an attachment that turns her into a minion, or by the spoiled... Well, not spoiled anymore. The anti-regeneration ray from the Deadpool pack. Do the players lose the game once her text is no longer blank, or do the players not lose because the text was blank while she left play?
Huh.
What's the answer to that?
Well, Alex said back in 2023, the players would still lose the game once Hope Summers left play. Her ability would come back into effect once she's defeated. So you still lose even if her text box is blank and she dies.
So when you move to a different... Well, okay. So when you move to a different state of the game, then your card resets? I mean, that's...
Well, so if she gets defeated when her text box is blank and she's going to hit the discard pile, she is now defeated, and it says if she leaves play, you lose the game. It's not a response. It's not an interrupt. It's just a constant text. So I think that's the point.
But it's also still her text box.
You see, Daniel...
It's no longer blank because the thing that blanked her is gone.
Yeah, because her text box is only blanked while a thing is blanking her text box. So obviously her text is not blanked.
So, Mike, are you saying that the word while makes sense? Okay.
I have no idea, but this is great for the villains, so I like it. And you know what?
Yeah.
It honestly simplifies the thinking you have to do about it.
Yeah, could you imagine if it were otherwise?
Right.
It works the way you'd expect it to. You lose.
Yeah.
Right. She's been defeated. You lost.
Steve, thank you so much for that backstory on Hope. It's good to get a little bit of that,
You're
context. And it's good to chat about the cards that may make or break the villain's day. But that is not the main topic of today's episode, is it?
Well, we're doing Juggernaut Part 2. We're going to talk about the rest of Juggernaut's cards. We looked at all his setup cards already, so we're going to look at the other ones. He has a total of 18 cards, 13 by title, and tonight there are 7 of them we're going to take a look at. So let's just build up a head of steam, Daniel, and get right into it. Huh?
Yes. All right. Head of Steam is an attachment for Juggernaut. Juggernaut gains Retaliate X where X is the number of momentum counters on Juggernaut.
Hmm.
When revealed, attach Head of Steam to Juggernaut and place 1 momentum counter on him. Hero response. After Juggernaut attacks you, spend a resource for each damage dealt by the head attack to discard this card, and it has 3 boost icons. Now, gentlemen, this card was referenced in, wasn't it in Juggernaut 3?
Correct.
Yeah, when you get to Juggernaut 3,
If
this
you get to Juggernaut 3, when revealed, you just go get this thing, right?
Yep.
Whoa.
Daniel, sorry, I think I missed it. What's the maximum limit on those retaliate counters?
Infinity, Mike.
Oh, that's fantastic. I don't
isn't that
have
great?
infinity resources in my hand, though. How can I get rid of this card?
Oh, you never will. Never
Oh,
will.
isn't that great?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so here's the interesting bit. After Juggernaut, like the way you get rid of this card, right? Because he could get a retaliate 2 or 3 or something along those lines. He's already dealing out enough damage. After Juggernaut attacks, you spend resource for each damage dealt, not taken, dealt by the attack.
Oh
Okay?
my God. It's worse.
On level
it's even
3,
worse than I thought. I love it.
No,
on
Mike,
level
it's
3,
better.
he's dealing
It's better.
5 base plus a boost card. He's dealing 7 damage. How do you spend 7 damage or like 7 resources?
Well, Steve,
Right.
you don't. You just have to do the thing on his helmet. Like, that's it.
To dump
Right.
off the momentum counters
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
so that he's no longer retaliating against you
Yeah.
because there's
just-
0. Okay.
But then
Well,
you still
I mean-
have to spend the 4 attack. Like it includes boost icons.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really significant chance that there is no way to do this.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah. There was a question posed to FFG like way in September 2023, like a year ago. Like,
Yeah.
if he deals 0 damage, can the heroes trigger to spend 0 resources, discard it from play? How does he deal 0 damage? Like, there's a few cards that will reduce his attack value,
but nothing to 0. I mean,
and defense reduces his attack, the damage dealt. So
That does.
you have to have a
So
yes, that does. You have
that
to have
is the
a
only way
very
you
high
can do it.
defense.
with one of Mike's cheaty protection decks where you can defend for 6 sometimes.
Right. You need a very high defense stat. Reduce it low enough
It does
to
reduce
remove it.
damage dealt.
Yeah.
Yes. Defense is the only thing that does it.
Defense reduces damage.
Okay,
dealt.
okay. Because I was looking at Judoku's skill. Anything that reduces his attack.
Attack,
would-
right.
would help
Yeah,
that.
there's that too. But yeah, no, you need the green player rising up here.
Yeah. Well, of course.
It's still gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
That's awesome. Whew.
And it says attacks you. If you
yeah.
block with one of your allies, that doesn't count.
Correct.
So that you actually have to either defend or take the damage yourself. Even if he has overkill and it spills onto you, right?
Because
Or is
the damage dealt is still one big lump of damage dealt. It's just that it gets split up on your ally and you.
But does that count when because he didn't attack you, he attacked your ally, or does you?
Well,
your ally case. 'Cause-
Okay, so they have changed things. So it does say, so the player who controls if the ally gets attacked, the player that controls the ally is also considered the attacked player. But
Okay.
maybe now's a good time to look at the rules. One of the rules,
Sure.
maybe.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do that.
All right, RRG 1.6. Some effects cause a villain or minion to attack an ally directly. This kind of wraps into it. When this occurs, any undefended damage from that attack is placed on the ally that was attacked. The player who controls the ally is considered the attacked player. So I think maybe he's still attacking you. Abilities that resolve while, when, and after the attacking enemy attacks you, in quotes, resolve against the attacked player.
Okay, so you use a shorthand in this case.
Right.
Well, so does that mean that we played the Space Pirates wrong? And if we threw an ally,
No,
into
because the
them-
Space Pirate
Okay.
says Space Pirate says if it deals damage to you, then their thing goes off. And
Okay.
those Space Pirates never deal damage to you; they deal damage to your ally.
But here,
that's a
any
different-
abilities that refer to you refer to the player who controls the ally. Oh.
But only while the rules reference is in play.
I love it, Mike.
Mike's reference is because we're trying to see if we can remove this head of steam by spending resources.
So
And you're, you know,
So what the long and short of this is, if you block with an ally, you still can remove the head of steam, but you still have to spend a resource for every single point of damage dealt, including to that ally.
Yes. Yep. And if say he doesn't have overkill and he attacks for 5 and you block with your ally, he dealt 5 damage. So
Right.
because the ally has no defense stat. So
And it's because it doesn't say he dealt to you, right? It just says he dealt
after he
damage to the
attacks you.
universe, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Wow.
It is a little bit of a nuanced dealt versus take.
But
So you got to pay attention to that. And he came out before they really clarified dealt versus take. So this is a thing in our favor, which is kind of nice.
oh, it's great.
All right. Shall we keep pressing forward?
Yeah, whose turn is it? Is it my turn?
No.
Yep.
Sure.
Cool. This is Breakthrough. There's 2 copies of these. It is a treachery that says, when revealed, choose. Either take damage equal to Juggernaut's attack, or discard the highest cost upgrade or support you control. Oh, yeah.
It's a Kool-Aid man.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Huh? Yeah. That could be a high attack, or the highest cost upgrade or support you control. That is...
You better
That's
have
a
a support or an upgrade.
Yeah, you better do... Yeah. You better have something. And
I think whatever it is, you pitch it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Because in this case, it's straight up damage. It's not an attack. We're not worried about anything else. It's not indirect damage. It's straight up damage to you. And it doesn't say hero. You can be an alter ego and take that damage, right? You got to flip to try to heal, and you only have 3 health left or something.
Wait a minute. What if the highest cost attachment you have happens to be your symbiote suit, and it's the only thing keeping you alive?
You died! Woo! Yep.
Oh, it's fantastic.
So maybe you take the damage in that case. I don't know. But you can't choose the bullet point 2 if you don't have anything out. So
Oh,
Yeah.
delicious.
All right, what's
all
next?
right, my turn. Flatten. Again, a 2-copy treachery. When revealed, choose to either take damage equal to Juggernaut's attack or place 1 momentum counter on him. It has 1 boost with the special. Give Juggernaut a tough status card.
Wow.
Again, damage or future damage. Right?
This one's funny because hang on, I have to look at
If
Juggernaut's
his helmet
card
is
again.
off,
If his
right,
helmet
you're
is
thinking,
off, then you have to get him to put his helmet back on before you can take it off again and remove that
Yes!
momentum counter.
yes. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the joy of this scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So
Mhm.
he could be on there for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, not so bad in solo because you got to draw these cards, but in multiplayer, yeah, I can see him really bouncing around.
Yeah, and the boost is fine. He gets a little tough. So, and still doing damage. So, all right, Daniel. What's next?
Ground pound. There's 2 of these.
It's
They don't do that anymore, fortunately.
Unfortunately.
All right. Ground pound. There's 2 of these treacheries in the deck. When revealed, the players as a group take indirect damage equal to Juggernaut's attack. It has a boost icon and a special boost, and that special boost is take 1 indirect damage. Oh, why doesn't that boost effect say the same as the when revealed?
yeah, it's weaker than the others in terms of how much damage dealt, but it's still doing the same thing. It's neat.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
splash.
Yeah, I mean, thematic makes sense. I love the art in it. Like I'm picturing some heroes around the outside of the frame getting hit by all these rocks and stuff flying at them.
Yeah.
So
That's comic art too.
most of the cards in the encounter set are comic art. Actually, all of them are. I think only the villain is commissioned art, which looks great.
Okay, the next one. Also a treachery. Lots of them in this set. This is Trample, and there are 2 copies of it. When revealed, if you're an alter ego, take 2 indirect damage. If you're in hero mode, Juggernaut attacks the ally with the fewest remaining hit points.
There we go.
Oh.
Got
And
1
then
boost.
overkills him.
Yeah,
Oh.
1 boost, and then the special boost. Deal 1 damage to an ally you control. Hey, Hope, how many hit points do you have?
Mike, remember those friendless decks you play?
How you feeling about him now?
The only ally out there is Hope. So,
Yeah. You got to jump in the way, right? Because you can always declare a defender. But yes, this can be a scary card to come out if you're exhausted.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you get if you defending his 4 attack plus 2 boost attack already coming at you, and then you get this, Hope could be in trouble, right? You need somebody across the table to block for you. You need a different ally. Well, the ally with the fewest remaining hit points. So if you had a second ally, you could throw that second ally because you can still defend the target with anybody. Yeah.
But if he's got
Tricky.
overkill, that may not be a solution.
Well, okay, hold on.
Oh.
If this is right in the RRG, this comes also in the rule book that Juggernaut came in, but it has been updated. If the attack is overkill, this is attacks against an ally, okay? If the attack is overkill and defeats an ally, whether that ally was the attacked ally or a defending ally, any excess damage from the attack is dealt to the identity of the player who controlled the defeated ally. Overkill damage always goes to the player.
So you can throw a Squirrel Girl and then soak up the extra damage and protect Hope.
Right, and Hope's cowering in the corner, being real helpful. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Yep.
Whew.
And I think maybe that doesn't make a ton of sense thematically. Like Juggernaut's running at Hope and Squirrel Girl jumps in the way. Why wouldn't Hope take the overkill? But I think mechanically it might be too punishing or something like that. There had to be some I think more of a mechanical reason than a theme reason for that kind of rule.
Probably trying to mitigate the negative play experiences is my guess.
Yeah.
Right. The super quick swing.
To print cards like this and actually have an effect. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We got one more treachery. This is Sidorak's Exemplar, and there are 3 copies of them. In expert mode, this card gains Insight 1.
Love it.
When revealed, if Juggernaut Exposed is in play, flip it and place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut. Otherwise, place threat on the main scheme equal to Juggernaut's attack. 3 boost icons.
So
Yeah. This is a key card, I think.
So that is the worst way to have the scheme flip.
Yeah.
Because he's going to make an attack against everybody, and he's already got enough attack to get through that thing.
And it means his helmet's on, too.
Yeah,
right?
His helmet's on, and then he's getting 2 momentum counters, one from this and one from flipping. Yeah.
That's advancing the scheme. I mean, he will often have 4 attack, right? I don't know.
Yeah, even his base version. If you're playing level 1, you just started the game. He comes with 2. You're adding a momentum counter, so he's attacking for 3, right? So and it's 3 boost icons. So when he attacks with overkill later on, he's got a 3 boost.
Yep.
If this shows up, yeah, it's nice.
Oh, man.
So Daniel, what's this guy trying to do?
He's just trying to build momentum, Mike. Like all of us, right? So building momentum is a side scheme. Hero response. Well, before I talk about that, the side scheme comes with 3 threat per player, 2 boost icons, and here's what it says. Hero response. After you defend against an attack from Juggernaut, remove 1 threat from this scheme. And it has 2 acceleration tokens on it.
So clearly the best way to get rid of this is to just defend against Juggernaut, right?
Defend 9 times in a 3-player game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And it has to be you, can't be your ally, because it's referencing the identity defending.
Wow.
To pull a threat off. I mean, 2 acceleration means that, in a solo game, you're putting 3 on, and it tops out at 7. It's pretty crucial, I think, to have to pull it off of there.
And then you draw the Exemplar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oof. What a set.
Yeah, his set's interesting because it is 1 attachment, 1 side scheme, and a whole lot of treacheries.
And really meaningful treacheries.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And then you toss in the suggested Black Tom that we talked about whatever it was, 2 weeks ago. And you've got these things that are stunning you, things that are guard. I mean, it's a pretty powerful set. So,
wow.
This is a fun one. And I remember talking about this before. I don't remember if we were recording it at that point or not. But this scenario kind of looks like it's going to be on the Blander side, like Rhino, because he's a brute, right? Brute's just
I see why
all these cards deal damage, do stuff with this attack. It could be very vanilla, but I feel like adding Black Tom really pushes this to another level because you just have this other thing you have to deal with, and they really are working together, and it really does make this scenario feel different and a lot more fun than it otherwise would be. So kudos to the designers for this one.
And kudos to the number of boost icons in this set.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Yeah, you have to think about flipping, when you can flip, when you can't flip, who you're going to defend with, how are you going to handle the attacks coming at you, when can you sneak in damage. He put his helmet back on. Do I have 3 resources to flip it back? Who can do that at the table? And then you can really change it up with different modular sets, right? Black Tom is great. That's 5 minions in Black Tom, but you could put in a set that's full of side schemes, and now you have a ton of threat that you have to deal with on top of taking damage. Yeah.
This is one of those very rare villains that does not come with a minion in his set.
His own set, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is great.
You should play with the Infinity Gauntlet on this guy.
Ugh.
Power Stone.
Yeah, Power Stone.
Because he's always dealing 3 damage. He's always getting the stone back. Making it 4, right? Yeah. Yeah, you could, if you're struggling with it, you can change up that modular set, because a Black Tom with the Creeping Willows and all the stun they provide is a difficult set. So you could try to put in something that's a little more forgiving, if you wanted to try to, if you're struggling with it.
Yeah, or say you're just playing with the precons, right? You just want to adjust the difficulty. There's also cards like Long Shot, right? Those really small. I really like these sets, like Hope and Long Shot, because they're just really small levers you can pull if you feel like you need it or want it.
I think if you can put some tough on your characters, that'll help you prevent some of the damage that is coming at you. And if you can keep the helmet flipped, he is susceptible to stun and confuse as long as his helmet doesn't get put back on. So,
right,
because then you don't necessarily have to defend against him if he's stunned. So, but that only works in lower player counts kind of situation. 4-player game, he's still going to be attacking a bunch of times. So.
I really have to play this at 4 players.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's get it. Yeah, let's go. So
we will start the stream at 9 and end it
at 9 a.m.
Well, that would be great. No, at 9 p.m. when we usually start, and then because it's a long scenario with multiple players.
With all that health, yeah. All right, let's give it a grade here on a 1 to 5 momentum counter scale. 5 being the best.
I like that. I think this is a 4 momentum. I like it a lot.
Okay.
I agree. It's a 4 momentum. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's a solid scenario.
Yep. I will also give it 4 momentum. Look at that.
Nice. Yeah. So that means it must be right.
It has to be. We've reached a consensus, boys.
Yeah. No, that was great. It's cool. Like, he does his thing, but it's a little bit like Mike said. It's when you first see it, you're going to be thinking Rhino adjacent, but it's not. It's a little more cerebral than that.
Yeah, and this is the third scenario in the box, right? So you have just played Marauders, and Marauders, maybe not the 2 most difficult, depending on the randomness of the cards you got,
right.
And then you're gonna sit down and just have this knockdown drag out fight where you're not thinking about knock counters and am I protecting Morlocks and this sort of stuff. It's just you just have Hope to worry about, who's very good, and let's just get into this brawl before we move on into number 4 and number 5 scenarios. So,
are you saying we're not a challenge?
No, you Chimera and your dragons, you are. Sorry,
you are a challenge.
Boy, how do we get rid of that guy?
You put them in the dryer.
So we need a minion in charge of socks.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right.
Well, Mike, take us out.
All right. Folks, what do you think of Juggernaut? Let us know. You can email us at criticalencounterspod@gmail.com. We are Critical Encounters on Facebook, and you can find our YouTube, Twitch, or Patreon by searching for Critical Encounters Podcast. And on Discord, we are Vardane, Big Foam Loaf, and Wandering Duke.
If you like our show, tell your friends. If you don't like our show, tell your enemies. Juggernaut, take us out.
And this is what my partner Black Tom Cassidy'd call The coup de grace.
Exactly.
You and me and you.
Na 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 na.
I dream of me and you, it's true. We fight together every night, a fearsome sight, a partnership of creeping vines and rampant might. We're scheming together. Juggernaut was Cassidy. We're the perfect potpourri of villainy. You build momentum while I'm making green. We're scheming together. And I can't see me boosting nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, no one can stop us, it's true. Just let them try. Between running cons and doing time, we're gearing up to pull the perfect crime. You always know I got your back, and you got mine. We're scheming together. It's me and you and me. No matter how they stack the deck, it's meant to be. The only boost for me is you, and you for me. We're scheming together. And I can't see me boosting nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, no one can stop us, it's true. Just let them try. Just let them try. Cassidy was Juggernaut, ahead of steam and vice swat. Their attempts to thwart are all for naught. We're scheming together. When heroes call, there's no holding back. We got the binds to snare the pack, and the avatar is Sirac. We're scheming together. And I can't see me crushing on no one but you for all my life. And when you're with me, no one can stop us, it's true. Just let them try. Just let them try. Let them try. Me and you and me, they can shuffle all they want, it has to be. The only boost for me is you, and you for me. We're scheming together. We're scheming together. Romance forever. We're scheming together. Romance forever. We're scheming together. We're scheming together.